Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the West Ham Network. Anton here, bringing you a cheeky little update from the West Ham world. If you're new around here, please make sure you do hit the subscribe button. Please hit the thumbs up, and of course, leave a comment as per usual. Also, last night, myself and Russ completed episode, I'm not sure what it was, for the members only podcast. A great incentive, great idea. So if you're interested, make sure you do sign up to become a member, of course, on the West Ham Network. You'll get exclusive content, exclusive behind the scenes stuff. You'll get ex-players, you name it. All the stuff is there. And of course, we do weekly giveaways and a relentless amount of giveaways as well. So make sure you jump on to the membership program. I am here first and foremost to tell you about our also channel sponsors, Football Prizes. They're back with another fantastic prize for you this week. It's a West Ham competition that no West Ham fan will want to miss. Jared Bowen signed and framed West Ham shirt. There is 165 tickets up for grabs, £3.95 it will cost you to enter. The competition does end tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. We are also supporting the Down South London, so 20% of the costs of this will also go to charity local to London. There are also 14 instant win prizes, which includes a signed full Krug top. You'll get other prizes as well, so make sure you do go across there. The link will be in the description. But I'm here to talk to you about Julen Lopetegui. As you can see from the update in the thumbnail, you can see also in the title. Now, he is not in imminent danger of the sack despite West Ham's poor start to the season, but he does seem to have been given the dreaded vote of confidence. Now, that is something that West Ham fans and all football fans around the world know, that when the owners of a club give the manager a vote of confidence, then you have that concern. Now, the club's board don't have necessarily a main history of making big, quick, knee-jerk reactions to the season. And I suppose there is an element of them wishing and hoping that he can turn things around from what we have witnessed so far. Listen, I know we are not in a great position, but we are still won a couple of games to the season, and there is major surgery that has taken place at West Ham, and we need to be very, very mindful of the fact that we're trying to transition as we go along throughout the season. So, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. I don't know how many more times you want to hear that, but he is trying to implement some form of style of play, trying to also bid in to 10 new signings and losing players heading out the door. So there's a massive task here, and I'm not sure how many managers out there could come in and give you overnight success. There are deep concerns apparently close to contacts to the club. Now, the reason why we're saying close to the club is Jacob Steinberg, of course, from The Guardian, has a direct route into David Sullivan, so he reports on this and says that they're not in a rush to look at the management, but they are, and there is growing alarm around West Ham about their poor start to the season. And I'm always concerned when the board tend to speak out and give that vote of confidence. Again, we all know the history regarding that. Now, he does definitely need to pick up some valuable points before the international break next month. We've got Nottingham Forest, who come off a fantastic win last night, and we host Everton, as well as facing and hosting Manchester United. But unfortunately, we are going to be without one of our main players. Mohamed Kudus, of course, lost the plot against Spurs, and it looks like he could be in for a longer ban than just the 3 games as well. And his meltdown really capitulated what has been going on at West Ham in the last few months. You know, I don't know, are the players happy? Is there a problem there? I think West Ham had thought that performance against Ipswich Town was a clearer sign of how things were going to moving forward. However, that knock-on effect of the negative start to the season kicked in against Spurs. But of course, we've spent well over £100 million in the summer. Tim Steidten, the technical director, has been influential in bringing players in. Also, we've got one of our players that hasn't had a chance. He's been injured, Nicholas Füllkrug. Will that be a big change as well? We're struggling without the ball. That's very key to see. We've conceded 15 goals in 8 games, despite bolstering our defence massively. We've brought in Wan-Bissaka, we've brought in Max Kilman, Jean-Claire Todibo. But I don't think necessarily they're the problem for West Ham. I think the lack of pace in our midfield is where we're really, really struggling. And what concerns me as a fan and could concern other people is the fact that we're not addressing the issue, the main issue, which is midfield, is we're being overrun in midfield. He's sticking by his guns by keeping Tommy Suchek in there. He's sticking by his guns and doing the double pivot. And I think we as fans and everyone pundits out there are clearly seeing we're being overrun in the midfield. So therefore, that is something we need to address and change. I genuinely don't think our defence right now is the issue. You can pinpoint certain mistakes in certain players. Ariola's distribution wasn't great against Spurs, but all in all, I think he has been a really good keeper for West Ham. Emerson was out of position quite a few times for the game, but all in all, he's been very, very good. I think Todibo and Kilman have built up a nice bit of a partnership. Again, I can't fault them for many of the issues. I just think they're not protected as much as they need to be. It doesn't mean throwing bodies at it. It just means allowing one person to do their job, and one person needs to be Alvarez, in my humble opinion. But it does mean that, when negatives happen, we do have a positive that follows that. Somerville's going to get his chance in the team, and that could work wonders for West Ham, because if he does hit the ground running, then trying to fit Kudus into this team is a very tough decision for Lopetegui to make, but a good tough decision because it might force his hand and might force him to play centrally. Listen, do I think Lopetegui will leave West Ham in the next couple of games? No, but listen, Rome wasn't built in a day. Things will take time to transition. We will have to wait and see how these results go, because again, nobody's safe if you come off the back of losing a certain amount of games and in the mannerisms that we're losing them. So let's hope we can turn it around in the next 3 games. Keep your eyes peeled on the channel. We'll come to you with more information as we do get it. But has Lopetegui received the dreaded vote of confidence? Put your comments in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Come on, you Irons.